Hello, here we are. It is live Music Monday again.
Oh, couldn't see my face.
Well, here we are again. A long weekend. I went to a competition and it was the hotel was weird.
Hey, Daryl.
I had a long weekend.
You did?
Yes, I did have a long week. It was Mother's Day and I wasn't able to spend it with you, but we had the competition we had to go to.
Yeah.
And when we went to the hotel wasn't quite finished. They were still working on it. You saw electric thing coming down.
Mm.
And
thanks, Abby.
And all of this stuff, Abby's here. And I tell you that it was a little.
My hair's doing something weird right now.
My hair's doing something weird too. So
I don't know what's going on.
Speaking of hotels, and as you know, I used to work at a hotel. And one of the things, the perks that I got from working at the hotel was that I was able to go to the nightclub and see the performers, the comedians, the singers. There was a lady named Cabri Payne, and that was one of the acts that they have there, and she was fantastic. Always got a standing ovation, always.
Okay.
So since then, I've been enamored with people that do nightclub acts.
Okay.
Because they have a little story and they sing great. All of them should be a superstar. Now, I tell you that the two young ladies that we have today, I have seen them. I think I probably bought what I was looking for that I didn't find is that I had Patti Greco first. Yes, first tape.
He was looking in the cassette box. I'm like, what are you looking for? There's cassettes in there. Whose music is on a cassette?
Put the cassette away. I love that type of music, the standards that they do, and the new songs as well. But I was really excited to get in on the show. We and you know how we do the shows is theme. We have a theme.
Yeah.
So we put singers and the two young ladies that we had today, they both do nightclub act, and we have some fun stories with them.
Hey, Eric. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Yeah, good stuff. So for you guys that are watching, Daryl, except you. As you know, last week we announced again that we were going to start doing Tweed Talks trivia. And so I posted, I think on Monday, I posted the question. I even posted the link to the video. Like I helped you guys. I'm helping you. I did basically everything except for give you the answer, which I'm not going to do. Hey, Angie. Yeah, so if you want to participate in the... I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought right now. If you want to participate in Tweed Talks trivia, please let me know. I will write your name on a little card, drop it in my little trusty spider bowl, shake it up, and then I will pull your name if you would like to participate. Thank you, Pedro. Not you.
The other Pedro.
The other Pedro. What's up, sis? My sister-in-law is on. Angie said she didn't get the memo. Angie, you missed it. You missed it last Monday.
Which memo is that?
That we were starting Tweed Talks trivia again. So
last week.
The question is, what is the name when we had Vincent Lin on the show back in November, I think it was. He was talking about his not-for-profit organization. I'm not going to tell you. So I want to know, what is the name of the not-for-profit organization? Who knows? Wait, don't post it in the comments. Do not do that. Tell me who wants to participate, and I'll put your name in a hat.
Okay.
Hey, Shawnette, what's up? So hopefully we'll have some people comment, and hopefully someone will win. You know why? Because if you win, you know what we do?
We send you a prize.
We send you some Tweed Talk swag.
Yes, we will do that.
Some merch in the mail.
For real.
Yeah.
It's for real. Daryl knows it's for real.
Daryl knows it's for real. Daryl has won a couple times.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I'm having a bad hair day. So yeah, Daryl has won a couple times. So, oh, Angie, yeah. That's going to take a little bit longer, Angie.
No, we get it. I'm getting there. Okay, so let's bring. Okay, you have this one. That's not yours. Let's bring Patti in and we talk to her to see what she's been doing.
Daryl says it's absolutely for real.
Okay.
Thanks, Daryl. Thanks for vouching for us. We're bringing Patti Greco Sunshine in. She is our first guest tonight. So let us welcome her in for Music Monday.
Hey.
Oh, look at that. She's ready, too.
She's ready.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. I could hardly see you because I don't have my glasses on. It's on my phone.
No.
I kind of see some shadows here.
We are here. We can assure you.
Just me.
It's hard getting old. You need those glasses. You know?
He's trying to sing.
It's Music Monday.
You got an opening number for me?
Oh, goodness. Let's not.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of Me and My Shadow because you brought that thing up. I got the pleasure to see Regis Philbin and Ben Bereen doing that song.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. And it was funny because Regis Philbin was standing in front singing Me and Ben Bereen, Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was funny. It was funny.
So listen, you know that cassette that you were just talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so I was cleaning out the shed. You know, got this little thing happening at the Funky Hippie Chic Boutique, and we're gonna have a little. We're calling it the Funky Little Shack. So when we were cleaning out the Funky Little Shack, we found 2 boxes of my cassette. So if you want one, I have it. I have
it. I went to the looking for it.
Do we have a cassette player?
You need a player.
And I have something that plays the cassette, yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I think cassette players are going to be hot again because there's so much good music that are on these cassettes. That the only way you're going to hear them is if you have a cassette player.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
I've been trying to get him to get rid of his cassette player, his VHS player.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's of the age. We're of that age where that was our thing. I mean, I've got in my basement I have every performance I ever did. My mother either videoed it or put it on cassette. Every single show. I don't know if you can imagine how many that is, but it's insane. It's insane. But you know, there's some great memories on there. You know.
Have you transferred them to DVD?
I don't have the patience to do that. There's too many. I mean, it is just, I don't have the patience, and I am not tech savvy. I am thankful that you can see me right now. I'm really thrilled because I know just enough to get myself in big trouble.
Oh, okay.
Well, when we first started getting on Facebook Live for the guest, was like jumping through hoops that were 25 feet in the air. This is much more.
This was a dream. I mean, it was pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in the green room. I've been in the green room since like 7:30. I've been here in the green room.
I know. My wife told me that you were already there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm here. You know, I'm here. I'm here in Zoe's room. This is my 4-legged daughter's room that I'm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So she lent me her room. I like it. It's colorful. I never get to hang in her
room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So tell me, how you been?
Oh, I've been good. I mean, you know, it's been a very. We know each other a long time.
Yes.
Long time. So, you know, life is this past year seems like it just went away. It's like I'm trying to you know, every time I describe something, I say it was last year. No, it wasn't. It was 2 years ago, because we really lost like this whole year. At least I feel like I did.
Yeah.
I haven't performed a live show since a year ago, February. So that's like really, you know, it hurts when you're an entertainer. Like I told my husband, I said, listen, when I walk into the kitchen, just go like that, you know, just, you know, as I walk through the room every now and then, just go, yay. You know?
Yeah.
Great job. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're an entertainer.
I know what you mean. She needs that too.
Yeah. Right. I mean, isn't that true? I mean, I'm telling you, we need that encouragement.
Yeah.
I
work around with a camera just to make it feel like it works.
Exactly. Little spotlight, you know, little, you know, every time, you know, that he has a flashlight in his hand, it's sort of like, you know, yeah, look at it. And then you sort of go, yes, I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
So did you do much, did you do many online performances?
I didn't do any.
Mm.
You know, I do for the store, you know, for the boutique, I've been doing daily dresses for the boutique for the past probably 5 years. Before the video thing got big, I was doing these daily dresses, and but like I said, I'm not really that tech savvy. I just was doing them, but not knowing where should I put them, where are they, you know, so they're kind of all over the place. But so I'll do a song here and there on that, you know, at the store, you know, I'll do a song. But as far as doing a concert, you know, I thought about it a million times, but just didn't do it. It was a weird year for me, you know.
Yeah.
And how did you get started in music?
How did I get started? Okay, so that's pretty easy, because I was lucky to obviously be raised here in the Catskills, which to me is to me, being raised here in the Catskills is the reason, you know, any entertainer who came out of the Catskills has like this extra set of secret weapons.
Right.
And you know that. You mentioned Carol Payne. I know Carol Payne. You mentioned. So I was lucky enough to be raised here in the Catskills with my dad as an entertainer and my mom. You know, you know, going to a show on a Saturday night I grew up backstage. I used to fall asleep at backstage, you know, with all these celebrity people always around, and you kind of got lucky and got to see them backstage. And I used to love to watch rehearsals, because rehearsals were like the thing. And I was 8 years old when I traveled around with my aunt. Do you remember Joanne Florio? Was she working when you were? Because she was Joanne Florio. Does it sound familiar?
A comedian, you said?
She was a singer. She was a cross. No, not Joanne Ingalls. I very close with her too. But no. Okay. Joanne Florio. She was so when I was like 8 years old and started singing at 8, she was my mentor. I was her little protege, and she would make me, she'd take me to Manhattan for 4 weeks every summer. And it would just be her and I, and she would teach me things like, she'd tell me to hold a note. So we'd be in the apartment, and she'd say, hold a note, I'll tell you when to stop. And she'd make me walk around, you know, Ma, and I'd walk around holding this note, walking around until she told me to stop. So that was like my voice lessons. It was like these kind of things she'd throw at me. And then I would watch her perform, and I'd watch the rehearsals, and I saw how she talked down the band, and I saw, you know, how what would happen. Like maybe the band didn't play so well, and she had to flub it, she had to cover, she had to figure it out, or maybe the audience threw her something she didn't expect. And so, you know, watching so many shows, the same person do so many shows over and over again, and having them each one be different taught you what it's like to be a live performer.
Right.
You know, you don't have a chance to say, oh, let me record that again. No.
Right.
When it comes out, it's
That's
done.
it.
And now you got to figure out how to fix it if it's a mess, how to save it if you can. And if you can't save it, guess what? You stop. And you say, I screwed up. Let me start over.
Yeah.
The audience loves that because you're being honest, and nobody's perfect. And it proves to them it's not Memorex, you know, it's not. By the way, that's a cassette.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I know. I totally know what Memorex is.
Yeah. So that's how I started. I mean, I started really being blessed, and I got to sit in when I was at the Concord on social staff. I was 17, and I got to sit in with Erskine Hawkins, which nobody got to sit in with Erskine. I mean, it was like an honor when Erskine let me on the stage. Now, I want to clarify that he wasn't on the stage when I was on the stage, because he wouldn't be on the stage with a girl singer. You know, he just wouldn't. No.
Oh.
No. But he allowed me on with his musicians, and these guys taught me everything. Oh man, they taught me how to lay back, and they taught me how to my own time. If it was too fast, it was my fault. They taught me. They just say, count it off, give me the key, and it was. You didn't get to do it if you didn't land on your feet. It was such a blessing. I can't say enough about how proud I am to have grown up here, because then when I left and I went to Texas and I sang with a 16-piece band in Houston, Texas, they thought I was the greatest thing, because I knew pretty much every song that was ever written except for one, I always say. But, you know, and so they were, because of my background, you knew the standards, you knew everything, you were prepared for everything, that they were like, they never saw anybody so prepared before.
Wow.
And for me, it was just normal. For me, it was like, hell, you don't know your stuff, you don't get to be here, you know? So I think that people don't realize when they think about the Catskills, because over the years, the Catskills has gotten that rap of being like the Borscht Belt, and they look at it, they put a derogatory spin on it, don't you think? And they shouldn't, because any entertainer knows. You talk to Seinfeld, you talk to any of these people who worked, who cut their teeth here. They know that the audience that they sit in front of at these hotels, who just saw Tony Bennett last night, and now tonight they're going to see you. Their hands are crossed. Their hands are crossed, and they're like, "Go ahead, let's see what you got." And if you don't have it, they're up, they're out, they're done. You're out. They used to call it. Do you remember when the doors used to open in the back of the nightclub? And you could see when the door opened, the light would come in. So like on stage, you couldn't see the people in front of you. Right, it's true. Crystal, you couldn't see the people in front of you, but you saw that door open.
Right.
And if that door opened too many times, you're not doing good. you already know.
Too many people are leaving.
Yes. And so someone would say, "How'd you do last night?" "Oh, I had great. I had a 3-door night." 3 doors? Only 3 doors? You know, that's good. But if you had like a 10-door night, forget about it. Too many people. But there were so many things that were. You really had to learn how to bounce back, and you know, they used to say, "Are you a singer or are you a comedian?" Well, that depends on the audience, you know.
Right, that's right.
What do I have to be tonight? What do I have to? Yeah, I miss those days.
I see you have your guitar there, but I'm gonna give them a little taste of what your performance is like.
Okay.
Worry. Now your money tree, you got to hurry. Monkey do what monkey see. You're on a one-way street, you're speeding, miss the signs. You ought to be reading, passing things too late to be needed. I believe in love. I believe it, nobody told me. Always knew it, nobody sold me. I believe in someone only. I believe in love. I believe in love. I do. And I believe in feeling good. And that is feeling love.
There you go.
Now that song is so funny because that song, Cuando Canta el Sol, was the first song I ever learned. And that was what Joanne Florio taught me. And I have never stopped doing it in my show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Very special to me, that song. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to post a couple comments now. From Daryl Braggett, Patti, I think you're great. I'm applauding in my heart in anticipation of a future performance that I can't wait to see. Thank you, Daryl.
Wow.
Pam McDermott. Pam says, hello, Pedro, Crystal, and Patti. XOs. And Pedro, Big Thirsty. We had him on a couple weeks ago. He says, the Catskills definitely was a great place to learn performance.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. And he says he loved going to shows at the Concord. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you have it. And so you have your guitar.
Yeah.
Should I grab mine?
No.
Yeah, what you got?
It's going to be off. The technology's not that good.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you know, interesting. The guitar is something that I picked up about 5 years ago. And it was sort of like a thing. I was in the boutique and I had a little time on my hands because it was a little slow. And I said, you know, I'm going to grab that guitar that I've had since the 80s. And it just sort of was the right time for me, you know, to pick it up. I think when you're around too many musicians that are so great, I'm like, what am I going to do? You know, what am I possibly going to be able to play for myself? But it sort of became my little, you know, say hello to my little friend here, you know?
Right.
So, you know, I love, so I'm a big John Denver. I've always been a big John Denver fan. I mean, that's no question.
Okay.
But, you know, it's cool. What I like about the guitar is, you know, you don't have all those instruments. So you have to sort of figure out new ways to sing things. So I'm going to do this. There's so many different ones I can do, but I picked this one because my father used to do this one. So it's a little it's an old timey one. And it just gives you an idea how when you take something out of context, it gets something a little bit different. Some people say man made out of mud. Poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. He's loaded 16 tons. What did he get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Say, Peter, don't call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. When I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine, picked up my shovel, walked to the mine, I loaded 16 tons. Number one coal, the storm man said, bless your soul, he's loaded 16 tons. What did he get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Say, Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to that company store. Something like that.
Very nice. Love it.
Did you recognize that? Did you recognize that one?
I didn't.
No, I didn't know that song, but sounded nice anyway.
Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We went
You know,
back.
Got
We
to
went way back.
perform-
16 tons. And Tom Jones also did it.
Oh, okay. I like him too.
Yeah.
You know, I got to perform for the Guru Maya.
Oh, for Guru Mai? Really?
Right. I got to go. They invited me to do. It was when Cole Thomas was alive, and they invited me to perform, as the strongest man pound by pound, they said. That's what they call me.
Wow.
And she was talking about John Denver.
Yes.
About
John
his
Denver.
voice, how she liked his voice, that it's like, yeah.
John
So when
Denver.
you said, yeah.
John Denver was, I always joke that John Denver and I must have been on the Titanic together. Because I'm obsessed with the Titanic and John Denver, so I figure that must be what happened, and it's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yes, John Denver was like the purest voice, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my bags are packed, ready to go. Standing here outside your door, hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early in the morning. Taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. So kiss me and smile for me, tell me that you'll wait for me, hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I am living on a jet plane and I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go.
Something like that.
Awesome.
Just a little bit. Here and there. I told you I'm not. I mean, I play at this guitar. It's like my little, keeps me company.
Mm-hmm. Before we let you go, we want to talk about your boutique.
Yes.
Crystal, you got to come in. Let's play dress up.
I was in the vicinity one day because I went around the back of the casino. I don't remember what I was doing. And I was like, oh, I should stop. But you were closed that day.
Oh, darn. You can always call me because I open, I'm only open now, by the way, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 12 to 6. And that's because of COVID, just sort of. And I'm also a real estate broker. So if you want to sell a house or somebody wants to sell her house, the Sunshine Group Real Estate.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for 30 years, about 30 years. It was a perfect thing to do while I was singing on the road. And I'd come back and sell a few houses. I go back on the road. I come back. It was sort of perfect. And now it's what's kept me alive, honestly, during COVID, because the boutique has been like quiet. Mm-hmm. So I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful and very blessed that that's kept me busy. But the boutique is my passion. I mean, I love clothes. This dress that I'm wearing is my favorite dress. This is my signature dress at the boutique. And I had women coming in buying this dress because they could be home and feel like they're in their robe, because that's what it feels like to wear a robe and, looking good. And especially on a Zoom call, you look good from the waist up, well, it looks good, the whole thing, but you know what I mean? The whole thing. Yeah, it's just a comfortable dress. And I think that the whole thing about the boutique for me, and the reason I did it was because I traveled all over the world, and the boutique became an extension of my ethnic background and my desire to just have. I love ethnic everything. I mean, whether it's from India, Africa, Thailand, Indonesia. I had this thing for all things worldly, and it became my way of dressing. And I thought, well, heck, if I love it, maybe other people will too. And I started doing the boutique. Boutique's been about 12 years I've had it now. So before the bohemian look was big, the funky hippie chic boutique was doing it. We were doing bahas and what we used to call muumuus. Now, we called it muumuus, but now it's not politically correct. It's their caftans. Like, no one wants to wear a muumuu. But so, that became the thing. And then I started adding more and more. And so, yes, the store is filled with delicious clothing. That's fabric is great. And the colors are, it's all about color. If you.
Oh, yes. I had the chance to browse the site.
Oh, good.
Recently, And like you said, it's colors. The colors are beautiful. The pieces are beautiful.
Thank you.
And we can order online. I know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and drop the boutique website address.
www.funkyhippieschicboutique.com. And it's funky with a Y. It's funky with a Y, and it's hippie with a Y. Chic boutique. But yes, I would love for you. Now, there's more in the store. Of course, it's much better to come into the store because then you get to try things on, and really, there's so many things that I don't have on the website. So you really do want to come in and touch and feel it and see what works for you, because I stand behind it. I want it to fit you. I want you to feel gorgeous in it. I want you to feel comfortable. I mean, to me, that's what it's about. Women should feel comfortable, and they shouldn't be tied up in a knot. And leggings. And we're a legging free zone. We're a legging free zone. We like to wear a flowing pant or wear something, flowing. We don't sell leggings. You could get those somewhere else.
You can get them anywhere.
You can get them anywhere. You can get a top. You can wear them under this dress if you really, really want to. You can.
There you go.
Yeah. But we have lots of good things happening at the boutique. So let me just plug what we've got going on.
Please, go ahead.
So the Artisan Walk, we were supposed to have it this Saturday, but we got rained out. What a bummer. We had such a great lineup of artisans. So what I do is invite other artisans to join me in the front of the boutique. We make like a sidewalk pop up, and they have their tents, and I invite people who do things that are different than I do. Obviously, soaps and mosaics and some jewelry that's different than ours, and or a wonderful artist that was. I hope she comes more often, but wonderful original artists. And we just invite, we're doing that like every other Saturday. So the next one is the 22nd of May, and then every 2 weeks through middle of October. And that's from like 11 to 4. And we'll have live music, and we have Reiki, and we have angel card readings. And what else? We have an art. Actually, there's a class being taught by Paint a Piece on the 22nd to make some really good, nice ceramic bowls. So that's something that we're doing. And then browse the boutique. So that's the Artisan Walk. And then on Monday nights, we have a yoga, a meditation and women's meditation and yoga session that is absolutely wonderful with Cece from Flow Fusion in Monticello. Are you familiar with Cece? She's a yoga instructor, and she's wonderful.
What time is that, Patti?
That's at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m.
6 o'clock on Mondays?
Yes, Mondays. It's healing and meditation, women's healing and meditation. And it's just gentle. You do not have to put yourself in a pretzel. I know.
Oh, no.
Hey, Joe, I know you guys could probably put yourselves in pretzels. You probably can, but it's not mandatory.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. But if you want to, please go right ahead. But I don't want to discourage people who cannot, bend down and touch their toes.
Right.
Okay. Because it really is about just giving that hour for your own self. And then on Fridays, we're doing outside movies. So on Fridays, we have Movies Under the Stars. We call it Moonlit Movie Series. And we're starting the season off with The Big Chill. And you just bring a chair, bring a blanket, bring something to nibble on or someone to nibble on, and watch the movie Under the Stars with us for free. And that's it.
What time is it on Fridays?
Are you gonna come? Are you gonna bring him to nibble on?
I am.
I like it. See? Okay, it's at dusk. It's at dusk. Okay. So that changes, as the summer goes on, it changes. Right. But it's great, and of course, weather permitting. But it was we've done it for 2 years now, and it gets big, a little bit bigger each time.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. All the events going on at the Funky Hippie Chic Boutique.
Funky Hippie Chic Boutique, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we will make sure when we post this, we will post all your information. We can't wait to hear you perform live in person.
Me too. Listen. Anytime you come into the boutique, there is always a possibility that if you don't have to ask too much, there's always like a possibility. If you say, Patti, will you sing a song? I'm like, okay. Pretty easy, huh? I always have my guitar there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I welcome people coming in and playing too. You know, Pedro, you can come and grab my guitar and play something for me too.
Sure, we'll do that. We'll do that. You bring her uke and.
Yes, you've learned to play. You learned to play ukulele, right, Crystal?
I learned to play the ukulele. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. See, that's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. Music is everything.
Okay, Patti. So listen, thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thanks for thinking of me. I really appreciate it.
Problem.
Absolutely.
No problem. I'm thinking of the young lady that's coming on next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lumiri, she's wonderful.
Yes.
Lumiri's wonderful. Say hello for me.
Yeah.
She just heard you.
She heard you. She's on the studio already, waving.
Okay, wonderful. Good.
Thank you, Patti. Have a great night.
Thank you so much. We'll see you.
Thank you. Mwah. Ta-ta. I'll keep watching. Bye.
All right. So
that was lovely. And I need to go back to this. Well, I would go back to the website, but now that I know the store hours, I can, pop in and
you're dying to get to the boutique.
Try some stuff on.
Ah, boy.
Let's bring in Lumiri.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much first because I'm gonna bring it up when she comes up.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the story when she comes in.
Okay, let's bring her in.
Let's bring. Hello.
I'm like, well, what story is he gonna bring? I can't imagine. My mind is like, what story? What story?
I didn't get to bring a song of Patti's story, but so obviously when we met. I was the director of recreation, and she was teaching an acting class back then.
Well, I was wondering if you would remember. I thought you were going to go for gymnastics. I was saying, nope, that's not what I met you.
I'm going into that too. So,
okay.
Her daughter happened to be one of my great gymnasts. And she used to come to Patti class.
Oh wow!
Okay, so I used to tease her, and I tell you how I used to tease her. So Lumiri used to come in with Corinne, little Corinne, 2 years old or something like that.
She knows Corinne, of course.
Right. And the parents kept talking about that they saw her sing.
Mm. Oh right. You told me.
At a cabaret, and we saw her sing. We saw her sing, and I was jealous that I was the only one that didn't see her sing. Mm-hmm. So then, and the parents kept talking among themselves. And said, oh, so then we came to the class, and I said, I looked at Lumiri, and I said, you were great last night. I said you were great last night. And one of the parents looked at me like this.
Oh, I don't remember that. Yeah. Took me a second. It took me a second.
Yeah. So
I remember that. Yeah.
And the parents was like.
Of course, Crystal, it was a fabulous show.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I knew you. And there was that song that you did at the end that almost made everybody cry.
I will always love you.
I will always
love you. Mm-hmm. Yes. I want to tell you something about the Corinne coming to gymnastics. Okay. That she wasn't. We didn't have her. We didn't have Corinne when I met you. She wasn't born, and so when she was born, I knew right away. It was like you and Sherma. I was like, we had it from day one. Okay, as soon as she can get old enough, and I remember I came and she was so young. You said, okay, we needed to get at least about 16 months.
Right.
I was ready, plop her out and bring her to gymnastics. I really was. I was like, I want her in this gymnastics. I want her dancing. And and sure enough, she was there 16, somewhere around that, like 16 months, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And
I know you gave us an age like limit that she had to be that age before she.
Your baby's 4 months old, lady. Take her home.
That's exactly how it was. Seriously, it was seriously. She remember the same thing. Okay, wait just another month. Wait just another month. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was fantastic and great. But I'm glad you remembered that it was from the when you were directing and I was doing the acting classes. The acting classes there, yeah. So it's been a ride. A very.
What have you been doing during the pandemic? We ask everybody that. Usually, my wife asks everybody that.
And I'm prepared to answer that. Exactly. Actually, immediately, as soon as I found out what was going on. I was actually in the course of performing at the time when we found out about the COVID. I actually found out about it literally on the plane. I was coming from a cruise, and we were going to. I was leaving the cruise to go to Florida to do the condo circuit down there, and there was a young lady on the plane whose family was from Italy. And so we were kind of just talking about this. I've heard this wind about this, COVID thing. It hadn't even, I don't think, really even hit us heavily. It was hitting, and she told me about it in Italy. But anyway, so I, at that point, realized I may not be doing any shows. I wasn't sure. But when I landed, I was able to do, I think, about 3 of the shows before, like everyone else and everything. All the shows got shut down, got canceled. So I immediately decided that I was going to use the time to get new charts, more music, because unlike those who can play the piano, play the guitar, and play the piano for themselves so they can do all kinds of tons of music, I, need a band or need a piano player or someone to play for me. I can play piano a little, but never would I do it in public. that kind of a thing. So I have to pay to get the charts done, and also to do the ships. You have to have actual charts done, and they're rather costly, and then it's time consuming as well. So between time consuming and costly. So right away I called the guy that does my charts, and I said, I'm going to use this time. We didn't know, nobody knew how long it was going to be. So I'm thinking, all right, well, I'll stretch it out, at least a month, and we'll at least get some done, if not all of them done. So we started working on the charts and getting new songs. It was all so that I could get a whole new show and everything ready. And then I get somewhere within the process, let's say 3 months in, I get a notice from the agencies. There will no longer be, charts won't be used anymore because they're not going to use the bands. You're just going to have to use tracks so that they don't have so many people on the ship stages. This is the ships. So that you don't have so many. So I said, well, so much for that. I was happy because at least it was a goal fulfilled, that I for so long wanted to get these charts done, and just time and, finances slowed it up for me. So I just kept singing the same songs over and over as long as people let me get on the stage and sing them.
Sing it again.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have so many anyway just to get on the ships. You can't. You have to have quite a few shows. But anyway, so that's what I did. I also, I don't know if you all know, I work as an independent contractor for the at-risk children and for developmentally and psychologically challenged individuals. Mm-hmm. So they immediately called me, and when I say immediately, not that day, somewhere in the process, they called to reach out to me to do what is this thing we're doing? Remote?
This is called
Thank you so much, Crystal. This could go on through this whole thing. This could go on through this whole interview. And what do you call that? What do you call those things on your face, Pedro? Glasses. Oh, glasses. No. They called me and asked would I do something with the, with the kids. And in terms of putting together a video, I did not put it together. I mean, I came in and sang with them, stand by me. And I got a little technical because I went to each of the children and I, taped them singing. I taught some of them the song in the first place. I taught them stand by me. And then we put all the pieces together and it was nice. It was very quite lovely. And then I continued to work with them. I've worked with them since I'm working remotely with them. I was able to perform a little during this process, during a very, sporadically when they would say, okay, we're opening back up, or no, they never opened back up, but you can do it distanced.
Yes,
or you can do it outside. Up in speaking of lovely Sullivan County, because they, we have big open fields or whatever. It was like you could go in the field and sing. I know everybody says it, but I do want to say my heart goes out to everyone affected by COVID. And I'm not going to talk about this, but it really hurt my Sal Richards. He's who I opened so many shows when I thought about it when I say Sullivan County, because, doing the hotels and singing at the hotels in the Catskills. And I opened so many times for Sal. He was so gracious and so wonderful, and he always encouraged me, sing, you have a voice, use your stage, use your platform.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give them a little taste of what you do.
I was about to say, you need to narrow mine down because I could be talking, I could talk.
No,
well, he's going to play a little clip of you, Lumiri, and then I'm going to tell a story of how we are connected.
Oh, really? Okay. And before you play it, I'm going to let you handle your show. But I want y'all to know that I had a video that was going to be so wonderful. It's me. It's the height of what I love doing in performing. It's actually me at a party kind of singing. But I was trying to do my technical thing here and put it into another file so I could put it to you. It has disappeared into cyber world. I don't know where that thing is.
That's
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you find it, send it to us and we play it on the show. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna call Eli. I said, "Wait, can you find it inside the world?" I sure am. Yes.
We do the same thing too. We call them.
Like, you got to find my video. Yeah.
So here we go, Lumiri.
All right.
Once in a lifetime, a girl wonderful moments when they take her hand. And this is my moment, my once in a lifetime. When I can explore a new and exciting land. It's just a mental, incidental, sentimental, and a
something.
Excuse me.
Hi, Pedro, and hi, Asada. I saw y'all can see it popping up on the screen. I'm a little exhausted just watching that tonight. Well, wow. Yeah. I know.
Here we go. There's another comment from Pedro. Good stuff.
Thank you. That was a performance at one of the venues down in Florida.
Okay.
Forest Trace. Yeah. That was fun.
You know, you did the national anthem for us one time.
I sure did. I love to. I
got chills.
Oh, I want to hear. When I met you, because I'm trying to remember. To be honest.
So my story is for how we're connected.
Oh, okay.
So
she's my sister. Oh my God. There's no telling with mine. No.
When I first got married to Pedro, I started auditioning for community theater.
Okay.
One of the first shows that I did was A Raisin in the Sun.
You did Raisin in the Sun? Okay.
Oliver King directed.
Right. Because that's the very first show that I did when I came back to Sullivan County. You were in the show. You know what? Oh.
Now,
trust me, this has nothing to do with you. This is totally my memory.
You and I weren't in the same show.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, okay, this is getting bad now. I don't remember Crystal in that show.
No, but I'll tell you how we're connected.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're relieving me.
About you, and I had already known you from gymnastics.
Okay.
On that show in '95, maybe.
Something around that when I first came back to Southern County.
I got some big shoes to fill over here.
That was
so Lumiri and I did the same show, and we did it for the 50th anniversary.
Oh, how nice. Yeah. Okay. The reason why I was confused is because I really was trying to, even before I came, I was trying to remember where exactly and when did I meet Crystal. I just feel like I've just known you forever, and I don't know exactly where the starting point was. And so when you said I was in the Raisin in the Sun, I was going, okay, I better get to the doctor quick. It was a different Raisin in the Sun. Yes, that was such a wonderful production. It was the very first production that I was in and did anything in when I first came back to Sullivan County. I grew up here, by the way, and then I was gone for a while. And when I came back, that was the first production that I did, and it was just fabulous, wonderful. Oliver King knows that. He knows that just it was very special to me. And even though, as you say, it was community theater, I didn't enjoy it any less than any other professional theater that I have worked for. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe not, because I got paid for the other ones, but no, I'm joking.
My God.
I might have gotten paid for that. I don't even remember. I don't always.
Well, if you did, I'm gonna go back and get me a check. Let me call Oliver.
I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't right. But that was totally different. Oh, okay. I need to go and move on. I start putting my foot in it. But anyway, no, I absolutely love it. And I was listening to Patti, and Sullivan County has been very good to me. It has sprungboard me. There's no way I'm going to do any interview without saying Brad Stan. Everybody knows. Yeah. Almost everybody who knows me in Sullivan County knows me from the years at the Brad Stan, Delaware Valley Arts Alliance, the Villa Roma. If I go on, I'll have to name everybody, but I definitely need to say Brad Stan, because pretty much everything else sprung from there. Almost everyone that I met, with my cruise agent, my theater agent, everybody came from there. Came from in some way or another, and maybe not directly. I mean, I have directly met them there, but through some twist or turn or whatever going down to New York, and then I met them. The only thing that I will say that one experience that I had that was really wonderful, that was a little off the beaten track and different was the Europe, going to Europe, and I did that, doing everything that they told me in school not to do. You don't go knock on agents' doors. You don't just go. I literally just went, desperation. I needed some work. And I knew a building down in Manhattan, down on 7th Ave and whatever. I remembered seeing a lot of agents' doors there. And I went to the first agent, and she said she couldn't do anything for me because I was working with a different agency for theatrical, and she didn't want to compete against the other. But I kept telling her I wanted to do something different. I just wanted to do something different. I didn't know what. I just, and just before I walked out the door, she said, "Do you think you'd want to work in Europe? Would you want to do theaters in Europe?" I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Something like that. Years later, when I knew her a little bit better, I asked her, why did she call me? Why did she stop me to try to see what she could do? She said, because I thought this girl walked in, and what if she becomes the biggest next thing? And I will, kick myself because I let her just walk out without even giving her a chance, without even trying to see. And she said, I don't remember whether she said this or not, or whether I had it in my head. So I thought to myself, so she said, let her go to Europe and sing. So if she bombs, they'll never know over here. And if she doesn't, then we'll have a good deal. And it was made for a very wonderful run. Mm-hmm. It was at a set of theaters called the Palazzo Colombino, and we went each year. And the wonderful part about that is Corinne got to go with me and got to be schooled over there and learn German over there. And yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yes.
And I see she's following your footsteps, huh?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I see that she's following your footsteps. Is she performing now, Corinne?
Oh, yes. Oh, in my footsteps. I'm sorry. Anyway, I was going to tell you something about the accent, but
I can't understand him either.
Okay. She's following my, yes. And I am so not the parent who feels that, I was never one who had the child who, following my footsteps, do whatever, be whoever you are, be you and do your thing, whatever that is in life. I'm going to be behind you with that, whatever that is. But she just happened to love this whole theater world. And we always have a running joke. We laugh. We say, because she was in the theater from in my belly, and literally within weeks, I took her to a show. I can remember the people looking at me. I can't remember what show it was, but I took her to a show, and they were looking at me like, why would you bring that little baby to the theater? She was like in my arms. Here I am coming to the theater to see the show. And, I'd have talked about me too, because if that baby started crying, shucks. But I did. And speaking of that, I had another, I'm not name dropping, but I always remember this because me taking these children I went to see Stomp. I took the same thing. She was little. She was old enough to be, maybe 2 or something like that. And I stayed afterwards to meet Savon Glover. And he was like, he said, thank you so much for coming out. He said, now, Mama, get that baby home. What is she doing out? I thought that was so funny. I thought that was just so funny. I was like, because I like the theater and I want her to be introduced, just like with the gymnastics. I want her to be here early on. I want her to get the vibe early on. And she got it. That girl loves that theater. Yeah. She's doing fabulous. Mm-hmm. Before COVID, we'll see how things go once COVID. Excuse me?
I remember we tried to make a sing at the gym. And she no, very shy. And then the next thing I know, she was at a play. We saw her first
Forestburg Playhouse. Forestburg, yeah.
So she was
Hairspray. Little Inez in Hairspray. Yep. Little Inez in Hairspray. Yeah, that made me very happy.
That is such a fun show to do. Oh my goodness.
I myself have never done it, but I was there at most of her rehearsals, but I have never done Hairspray.
Oh my goodness.
You did that.
Yeah. I think
you did Hairspray?
Most every show.
Who were you? Who were you in Hairspray? I'm so excited. I'm cutting over you all and everything. Huh? Who are you?
No, I was one of the black girls. I mean, really.
There you go. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. High energy.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I forgot that too. That I said everybody knows me from Breast Stand, but that's not true. A lot of people know me from Forestburg Playhouse. But I think everybody knows. I think everybody who knows Forestburg Playhouse knows Breast. I think everybody in Sullivan County knows everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Excuse me?
We saw you sing there. We went to see you.
Oh, was it when I was doing the
Cabaret.
The tavern shows? Was it the tavern shows or the actual production?
And the tavern show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Forestburg Playhouse. I do. And I love doing the shows at the tavern.
You know what? I had auditioned for Forestburg Playhouse right before the shutdown.
Okay.
Yeah, loved you. Shutdown.
Well, come on back when it's all lifted and hopefully everything is going. Come on back, girl.
So
I said I can say that for Forestburg, but I'm saying it. Come on back. Yeah, it's a great place to. Great theater to perform. Great people. Got wonderful friends from there. Mm-hmm. And Ron was good for me. Norman and Ron, bless his soul, were wonderful to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wonderful to me. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. I could go on and on and on. That's why I said let me just stop there. I don't know. I know you all said, well, what did you want to talk about? I'm like, oh, Lord, I could talk about everything. I could talk about the lake, going to the lake. You know, you don't want to get me started with stuff.
Oh, so
yeah.
What do you have coming up?
I'm set for a tour in 2022, though, with Rita Rudner. There's no telling. We have to all go, kind of glide with whatever's happening with COVID and how it's going. But I am set for that, and I am going back to the ship. The ships have called me back. I was told in 2 months. I don't know how much of a reality that will be. That they'll be back up, and then from there, they said my agent called and said, "Yeah, we're sailing back out." He's sending me back out. I'll put it that way out if I wanted to go, and I do. So I will, but I'm not going to go until we kind of know, you know what I'm saying? Till what's going on, what's happening with the vaccinations, what's happening with everything, how far are we from, because I'm not, anyway, I need to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And, but it's good to know, that they do reach out and say, hi, who John Bell? I'm too nosy to not be reading the things that come up. I want to know what y'all are talking about, what they're saying, what's going on in the other room in the house. Thank you, Pedro. I thank you, and I'm telling you all, I love being here, and I'm glad that I did it. At first, I was not sure when I was like, I'm down in Florida and I don't really have anything with me. I was lucky if I could come up with an outfit without having to go to the store and buy it. So I was like, well, I think they'll think it's okay if I just have, at least I have a shirt on, as long as I'm dressed, right? As long as I have some clothes on, I think that I'll be okay. And
have something to wear, just go to Funky Hippie Chic Boutique.
No, but I have clothes in New York. I'm in Florida, I said. It's because I'm in Florida and I don't have anything here with me, other than my... Huh?
Order it online.
There you go. But I said, I want to do this. So, okay. Hey, I'm coming as is.
I'm so glad that Cayman did it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted to have you on for a while. You to get my piano and play for you.
Go ahead. Play on. Come on. I'm listening. I love being an audience member. I have no problem whatsoever. You tell me, Crystal, where the next show is. Hey, if I'm free, I'm there. That's right. That's right.
You know, I used to teach her all the time, and when we did gymnastics, I said, "I'm gonna call you down so you could sing," and then she told me, "Oh, you know, when you do my show, I'm gonna call you up so you."
I also want to thank Pete because you've supported me a lot with a lot of shows. You came to a lot of my shows, especially early on. You were always out there in the audience, and I appreciate that very much.
Oh, because you're great at singing. I mean, not just because I knew you, it's because it was a good show. It is.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Don't say it like that, like it is the one show. It is a good show. I have managed to get more than one show at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have.
Charts and all. I have a lot of shows now. I have a lot more than just the one. If I made it sound like that I needed to hurry up and get a second show, no, I have a lot of shows. And when I used to do when you all put the thing nightclub singer, it made me think of the years of singing in the clubs, and then I used to, do a lot of, you did different show, constantly because, you were using lead sheets pretty much. And as long as you at least had the key, you were good to go. Well, no, you needed a lead sheet. But yeah. Pedro, it's wonderful. It's been, I've sung with Pedro playing too. Yeah. We had some great times with Rick. Mm-hmm. At the casino. When is the casino, Pedro? I need to stop trying to remember because wherever it is, Pedro, we have good shows.
What was the name of that hotel where Louis Landon used to?
That was the. Let me get it right now, since we said Louis, the Raleigh. The
Raleigh, that's right. I think that was the last time I saw you perform at the Raleigh.
I don't know. Really? Was that the Raleigh? You didn't. It wasn't the Villa Roma.
The Villa Roma?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think you were at the Villa Roma, and I think that you were at Kutch's once. See this? See, I remember. I remember which ones you were at. Yeah. I believe that. I want to say the Villa Roma was the very first. That's certainly how I got into the whole Catskill resort type thing. Boy, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm the words are trying to catch up with my speech, but I think the Raleigh was the first, if the second one, if not the first, the second one. Yeah, yeah. I did a lot of shows at the Raleigh with. Anyway, I did a lot of shows at the Raleigh.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean,
it's just late. It's a little late for me at this point. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so
hard to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. I know what I do remember when you said Joanne Engel. I was saying, yes, she and Kathy Graham, they were the big, several of the big names. And I went to see their shows to study how to actually, craft a show. I was very familiar with one-woman shows from theater, from the whole cabaret world. But that was more theatrical events of, telling Ethel Waters' story or telling another, performer's story in a sort of stage theatrical event. I didn't really know about doing a show, in a at a resort or on stage like that. This is getting sad. I'm like, what do we call those anyway? So I watched their shows. I went and I watched Kathy Graham, and I shaped everything until I kind of grew into my own style.
Mm.
Well, I saw
they were great.
Quite a few times because I used to work at the hotel and I used to perform there at the Brickman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I got to know about her. And she did her art was a Judy Garland.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. She had a great act. Yeah, yeah. She was lovely, very wonderful. Good. Me too.
Well, so anything else you want to talk about? You want to do gymnastics?
I don't. I think I hit every the agencies in the Florida thing. Yeah, yeah, I think I can't think of anything. Look, I can't even remember names. I can't remember that I didn't know Crystal from the show. So I think that's about what it is. Anything else, Pedro, that I can remember? Yes, the gymnastics was wonderful. For Corinne and all the years there in the community, and I do. I was gonna say I do have CDs, but I should not announce what I don't have to give. I have to say, one of the wonderful things about the ships is that the CDs sell like hotcakes.
Wow.
Okay? They sell like hotcakes there because people want them for like souvenirs.
Mm-hmm.
They want to take something back home with them from the ship, and so it's not just that they want yes, they do want the CD to hear me sing, but they also want it because they want it like a souvenir. Your posters and if you have hats or whatever, all your little paraphernalia they like. So that's why I was saying, and I don't have any. I got to get a whole nother stock. And for those who have been to my shows for a long time, they're looking saying she says this every time. It's true.
What?
It's true. I'm always out of CDs.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all.
Not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all.
Well,
and I'll put that on top of the list when COVID is done to get those CDs.
Okay.
Up and going. In bulk. The problem is because I'm not doing it by bulk. I'm doing small batches of it. First one was a big bulk, but it sold out quickly, and then
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So
let us know so we could put on the show and talk about it.
Definitely post the link, so they can sell out.
Okay. Okay. The ones in Florida, you know what the problem is? And I did this. I put it on Facebook. I put the whole thing all happy, like, look at my wonderful schedule. And it was like, oh, those are private. You cannot get all those shows out there. Because then people were calling the venues. And it wasn't open to the public.
Oh.
So that was a problem. That was a bit of a problem. But any shows that I am doing, that I'm doing publicly, that are out there, I will certainly let you all know. And you can put it out there. But I do like to sail away, just so that you all know. I love to sail away. And I do intend to put a little time in once COVID is done into, productions, going, auditioning for shows. I was just starting to do it again before COVID, and at least, anyway, so I'll probably go back and do that. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Okay. So we're going. Glad to have you on.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now we're going to do a little plug about the show coming up next week, and stay for that if you want. I'm going to play I'm going to play video.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, Lumiri. We hope to see you soon, face to face.
You're welcome so very much.
Thank you so much.
See you later. Thank you.
That was awesome. Okay, so now, tomorrow.
Tomorrow or next Monday?
Next Monday, or guess next Monday. But first, tomorrow, we got to talk about tomorrow before we talk about the guest next Monday. Very excited.
Very much.
Because we have the cast of this movie that I'm going to play the trailer for.
Yes.
Coming on next Monday. Yes. So it's going to be more than one guest, And I want you to check. We already saw this movie, and we laugh and we laugh and we laugh until it hurt.
Loved it.
But this is some of the guests that are coming on next week.
From this film in Chinatown.
Look, today everybody in the city thinks I'm a hero. The girl of my dreams kissed me and I'm in love. I knew I was good, but I never worked this fast before.
Got 3 seconds.
I want to join the family and become a wise guy. Vinny Chow, proving myself mob-worthy.
Mob-worthy? You ain't even Italian.
I'm doing the best I can.
Be smart, kid. I know what it is, you little rat. You think you're the Godfather.
Here to collect. You don't pay, I gotta get rough.
You don't talk to me. In fact, you never met me.
Please tell Mr. Continental I said yes, sir. When you put it that way, it just sounds so unhealthy.
I'm Special Agent Johnson. This is my partner, Special Agent Johnson.
First, you need a bib.
We need an Italian that looks a little Chinese, kind of like a crossover.
That's a good idea.
That shit ain't gonna work.
We are the original crime syndicate, begun centuries ago by Marco Polo.
Vincent Chow.
Vincent?
Hello, Vincent.
I want to be Vinny Chow. Get him! Get him!
I think that went really well.
Yeah.
Cause baby, I never expected you. I didn't know what...
Well, actually, it said coming soon, but it's not coming soon anymore. It's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be in all these venues. It's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on regular. Wherever you could get this
Wherever
movie.
you can stream.
Yes. And make sure you tune in next week because we're going to have the cast. We're definitely having the director and the writer.
Yeah. So we'll have some of the cast from
And some of the cast.
It's hysterical. Like Pedro said, it drops tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
John, I believe, yes, you can see it on Netflix. It's a comedy. It's hysterical. The film is hysterical.
It's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just saying that because,
And we actually had Mark Wiley on some time back.
Very early when we started.
Very
probably
early.
Close to a year now.
It's coming up. Tweed Talks is coming up on a year next month.
Yes.
So.
Happy anniversary.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, and also I'm going to be presenting on Thursday at 6:00 for the Library of Crawford.
For the Crawford Library.
Crawford Library. I'm going to be talking about feelings and emotions.
Yes.
So if you're feeling emotional,
so Lumiri's
sure
still
that
there.
you
Make sure Lumiri has the link. Make sure she signs up to watch your Zoom. I think she knows how to use Zoom, right?
Okay. If you want to find out how to get on there, go on my page or my wife's page.
You can go on Tweed Talks page. Go on Tweed Talks page, the Facebook page. I posted a link. You click on the link and go to the bottom and then just click sign up or register. Are you the alternate shrink? LOL.
Yes, I am.
Yes, John, he is.
Okay. So thank you for tuning in, people.
Yes.
That was an exciting show. We got some good friends, don't we?
Mm-hmm. We do.
And with that, we're going to say love, peace, and harmony.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.